I wore my like Sickos committee hat around, when I was walking around the paddock, and I had a number of people like tell me like, "Oh, I like your hat," and obviously like none of them like had any idea who I was, right? Like
Yeah.
it was kind of funny because like just to have people say that without like knowing that it was like, oh, like because I'm walking around seeing a lot of other people go up to people and like know who they are and
Right.
like try to get like pictures and like talk to them and stuff. And
Remember when it was quaint and you needed like a secret handshake to tell someone you were from Reddit, and now it's just everyone, like everyone's just from Reddit because there's no
The narwhal is constantly baconing at midnight.
Right. It's not like you need to have a secret code to say you're from Reddit. You're on the internet. You're from Reddit now.
yeah, I think Reddit. I think it's less that everyone's from Reddit and like Reddit has now taken over.
Reddit has subsumed all else.
Yeah, like even if you're not on Reddit, you're on Reddit.
I'm not on Reddit. I'm probably on Reddit.
Well, if you search anything in Google, the only answers you can get now are from Reddit.
That is true.
Which is fascinating. As someone that was a Redditor for a really long time and then abandoned ship in like 2017, 2018 or so, and now it's back?
Yeah, it comes for us all.
Well, the thing about Reddit is that it's overtaken so much online culture. So like if you're in another space on the internet, like that space is now like pretty much Reddit. Like it's
Reddit coded.
Like if you're on our Discord, you're very like there's just a lot of like Reddit influence there just because it's like just filtered out completely across
you're
everything.
Also, if you're a part of the internet, you're on Reddit because what ends up happening is like you end up, like I said, searching, or you end up with like links to random things or threads, and all of a sudden like you're on Reddit.
Also, Google sucks now, and so if you want things that don't suck,
but their search is shit.
Reddit.
But like Reddit's in-house search is shit too.
Yes, it is. That's why you Google your thing and then you append Reddit and then you get the answer you're looking for.
Sometimes, yes.
I covered my Big Sky hat with concrete dust this weekend, and I can't decide if I should apologize to the Big Sky for covering my hat in concrete dust or if I'm using my hat properly.
Yes.
You are using your hat properly.
100% you're using your hat properly.
Yeah, I don't know what the rules are, so I thought I should definitely bring that here to ask for your wisdom.
I mean, Northern Arizona covers their Big Sky hat in sawdust. So
is that way? Because they're lumberjacks. Because they're lumberjacks. Got it.
There we go. Got it. All right, start the show.
Welcome everyone to this. Launch straight into it. Welcome everyone to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of July 7th, 2024. We are in the middle of summer. We are fewer than 50 days from college football, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We are fewer than, I think, like a week at this point from the new video game. The video game, as my grandpa would call it.
No, if you got the early release, it's 7/16.
Okay.
7/19 is like the physical copy.
Gotcha.
Which I pre-ordered that, so I'll get that like 7/21-ish, I guess.
Man,
whatever.
The clock's ticking.
I'll be way behind.
Yeah.
Pre-order should show up day of.
We'll see what Amazon does.
Amazon pre-order show up day of.
Okay.
So
I mean, I know with Jason Kirk's book pre-orders that
they got their early.
Still need to finish that, but yes.
No, I'm just thinking like you saying that just now has gotten me like, oh no, like we have to get that figured out, because I feel like we don't really have a plan yet about like if we're gonna do any like actual stuff for when the game drops. Like,
I mean,
other than like we are gonna talk about it and like tweet about it.
I don't know that we can make better content than other people will make or show us weird things that happen in their games, and we can just be like, here are weird things that are happening. Versus, I'm more than happy to fuck around and try to break the game because that's just who I am.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if it's like, is there like a Monster Factory kind of an angle we can take to this game?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, we can. Oh, because I mean, what's more Monster Factory than just taking, wait, is there build a character in this? I can't remember if there is or not.
See,
There's gotta be
something
level
that I
for it.
kind like, if I was going to play the game, because
That's coming this week,
I'm
by
very
the way.
bad at this
Yeah.
kind of game.
Oh, same.
My goal would be to do something like, okay, I'm going to play as Bama and see how long it takes for me to get basically relegated to D3.
My biggest problem with
Tired.
like a football game is that I just don't know ball. Like, I don't know the actual X's and O's stuff. That's never been something that I've, been able to wrap my head around. So, like, when it comes to the actual, like, what play should I call? Like, how should I execute this? Like, man, I got no idea. Like, I
Four
even,
birds all the time.
well, okay, even there, like, I'll see, like, I'll ask whatever it's called. I wonder if they'll have something like Ask Madden, but like who will be asking? Like
It used to be
probably, like,
Ask
Herb
Corso.
Street.
No, it used to be Ask Corso.
Yeah.
Ask Corso. Okay, yeah.
That was my
I
favorite
feel
thing.
like-
I was asking Corso.
right, so I'll do that because I don't have any.
Only now it's all Ask Wonstedt.
Yeah, oh, that'd be great. What would be the funniest, like in terms of like notorious play callers? Like, imagine if you had like different
Beamer.
like
Beamer would be the
you could-
funniest. That would be
Ask
very
Beamer.
funny.
Ask Babers. Just want to hear.
How about this? Ask Rod Gilmore,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he would say everything you wanted to do is too risky.
I know it doesn't work like this, but on defense, I really want Ask Todd Grantham.
I was gonna say that. Yes.
Ask Paul
Blitz.
Johnson.
Other blitz.
Blitz
Okay, ask Paul
Yeah.
Johnson. Ask Paul
Option.
Johnson would be really funny.
Yeah.
option.
And just not just running the option, which is true, but also picking like the most annoying version of the option as well.
Mhm.
Whatever is really going to just make the opponent want to throw a controller, which is what you want.
Ask Beamer would be super fun though, because the whole time would be like, are we on special teams yet? Damn it. Are we on special teams yet? Damn it. Are we on special teams yet? Yes, chaos.
I
Punt
do
block.
think it would be fun if you could like have a bad like coordinator or something to ask. Like,
Oh yeah, so you ask a coordinator,
Ask Brian Ferentz.
and they just go,
Ask-
"Oh fuck, I don't
ask-
know, 2 yard out." I
Ask
guess?
Van Gorder.
Yes.
or maybe it's like if like to make the game more realistic, they should make it so that if you're playing Dynasty and you're playing at like a smaller school that doesn't have a big coordinator budget, like your Ask Corso like calls are worse or something. Like
It would be so much fun if you could like stack your coordinators, but you only have access to the things that they are known for.
Mhm.
You could end up with some real bonkers teams.
It's a stat build in an RPG. It's perfect.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. Put
Yeah, if we could
anything
turn
into
this into a
defense.
turn-based RPG, I'm much more excited about it.
I mean, people play this game like that. I know people that play this game or the older versions, like they sim the games
Mhm.
and they play just the back end. They play the spreadsheets.
Yes, they basically, I mean, I'm someone like, yeah, like I'll do that. Not saying like I would do that necessarily like the first time I play through, but like I'll definitely do playthroughs where it's like, okay, like I know I'm not good at this. Like again, like my base problem, like I can have like the computer like tell me what play to run, but even like executing, like I'll see the lines on the screen, but like I don't even know enough about football to know like exactly what to do. Like I can see the blitz, but like I don't really know which way to go. Like it just says like go over here. Like I'll do my best, but like I really have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. And like that's especially true when it comes to like passing, where I'll see like the routes. Like I don't really know like what the timing should be.
I mean,
on
I
these
can't even
throws,
fucking
like,
remember
who I
what
should be
buttons I'm supposed
targeting.
to push. Like that half the times I'm like, which one was the X receiver again? Ah, fuck it, I don't know. Smash button.
For a long time, like in college, I was like, I've never had a copy of like the NCAA game, just because like I never had like the consoles for it growing up. But I would play on like other people's consoles, and switching back and forth between PlayStation and Xbox is like legit hard because they both have an X, but it's
and
different.
they're in different places.
Yes, the X is not standard. Like I can get behind like A, B, and Y, or triangle, square, and circle, because that's not the same. But then the X is not where I'm expecting it to be.
Oh, is this where I actually start the show and introduce people?
This seems like a good time for it.
Hey. Well, folks, as always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I've got Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and Arthur, this producer and listener, and rocking a really short. Is that a fade on the side? What do you call the haircut?
What? I don't know.
Looks good.
I mean, this is great podcasting. Talking about the haircut that the listeners can't see.
That's fine. I can describe it.
Notoriously visual media.
I know.
We have
You know what? I'll tell you this. This weekend, like this coming weekend, not this past weekend, I'm going to be at the NASCAR race at Pocono. So if you are there, you can come and see what my haircut looks like. Yeah.
There you go. Beth, how are you?
I hurt. Other than that, I'm fine.
What did you assemble this weekend, Beth?
I put together the stone part of an outdoor kitchen. So I moved 2.5 tons of stone in the last 2 days. And sometimes I forget that I'm as old as I am, and I do stupid shit like moving 2.5 tons of stone. And
listener, please know that Beth's hand is like very brick shaped.
Yeah, Beth has Lego hand. She can't get her hand more closed than that much. So she's basically a koozie for beers.
Yeah, it would be fine if I was playing saxophone this week, but I'm supposed to play clarinet, so...
Oh, no, yeah. Awful hand position for clarinet, great hand position for saxophone.
Yep.
Better for bass clarinet, perhaps.
Yeah. Could be okay for bass clarinet. B flat's going to be a problem.
Hey, girl, how are you?
I'm good. 4th of July was good. My neighborhood has a fireworks guy. Fireworks guy, as always, put on a really good show. I have no complaints.
Commish, how were your local fireworks for the 4th of July?
I mean, just excessive as normal.
Commish lives right outside the city limits, and so
like right outside the city limits of San Antonio. I mean, like annex us anyway. It doesn't matter, but we have
come and take it, please.
Like seriously, there is a neighbor, maybe about 4 houses down from me, which basically we live on the corner, and basically out of our backyard, you can see like a couple of houses down, you see a street corner. There's a neighbor there who notoriously gets completely like wasted or whatever, just having a grand old time, and will like either have somebody go to the fireworks stand and get more in the middle of him shooting fireworks.
Like always a great purchase.
Always a great, like it's always the mortar shells that like rattle the windows. It's never like, I mean, well, never mind. Let me say that sometimes he'll get like that giant roll of like the black cats or the fireworks.
Yeah, the classics.
Where it's like, I don't know, maybe like 70 feet long, and you just roll out in the middle of the street, and then it just goes on for like 5 minutes, just fireworks. But yeah, it's like that. The only thing that sucked for me personally is that I had work the next day.
Oh, hey, let's talk about, we don't talk about this, but man, fucking Friday after a Thursday holiday, worst day ever.
Yep.
Awful. It sucked. It was bad.
My employer was closed, and I still worked part of Friday. 10 out of 10.
I mean, I worked, but it was easy because like there weren't expectations. But then I was like, oh, I'm still work. So I don't know. I feel like it was fine. Like for me, when it wasn't like oh, I can't believe I'm working, because it's an easy day. It's like, oh, I'm working on easy mode today.
I also can't complain too much because I was in a location that is not my office, and then got to go to a really good record store afterward because I was right by it. So overall,
hipster,
not too bad.
You are such a like postmodern hipster.
Do you want to see the records? I can turn my camera around.
I've seen part of it. I've seen your pictures before, so yes.
Yeah.
My job is extremely deadline based in like regulatory things.
Yeah, so you had
like,
to be open on the Friday.
You have hard deadlines, and then nobody's in, so it's like it's brutal. And then one particular state, California, throws in something with like 2 hours left in the day. Is like, hey, we need this by end of day, and I'm just like, are you just furious?
Yep.
But whatever, I got it. I was just like, fine, we denied the claim. Have a good day.
I did not do any firework related things this 4th of July. My kiddo was asleep early that day because we had a big day. That's fine. I do want to just say that I love when fireworks go on long enough that I have to like double check to make sure, is this like the neighborhood firework folks, or is this like the official city show? Because at one point my neighbors were doing like 20 solid minutes of fireworks work, and they're not like the neighborhood fireworks person like yours, Pitt Girl. It's just some kids in an alley. And I don't live outside the city. I live in the middle of a city, a suburb. And so the cops put on that little confusing. I did find a quick article for the Tampa Bay Times from 2018 about the most ridiculous fireworks names. I just want to mention a couple here. Fight fire with fire. Sounds like a bad idea. Waking up the gators.
Do not wake up the gators. Don't do that.
Don't do it. No.
Ladies Night Out, presented by Duck Commander. Echo in the ear.
That's an interesting duck call there.
Echo in the ear.
Okay.
Tears for fear. The end.
That's tinnitus. Tears for fear?
Yes.
One fear.
Okay, not tears for fears.
No, just one fear.
One fear.
I'm going to drop this next one in the chat.
This is a tear for my agoraphobia.
I need you guys to see the box art on this. It's called Self-Illumination. And Beth, what is the box art on this firework?
This is a firework that apparently lives in Europe, because I believe that is the plug that it is attempting. So it's a light bulb with arms and legs that is plugging itself in to a European outlet. Mm-hmm. Presumably it is battery powered until it plugs itself in and recharges its battery, I'm guessing.
Well, the light is off.
Well, there is a warning on it that says, warning, shoots flaming balls.
Yep.
And
Done.
don't we all?
That's the one fear of the flaming balls, right?
Mm-hmm.
All around me are familiar faces.
Did y'all see the
one-off places?
The drone shows instead?
Oh, it says 500 gram. I thought it said so gram.
That's so Graham.
It's so Graham.
I was going to ask if it was a Gen Z thing and then ask for help.
You had s'mores? You had s'mores with some grams? Graham crackers.
How much gram? So Graham.
So many grams.
I did not go to any fireworks stores this year, like I said, so I regret not being able to come up with a list of great names of something I've seen. But I feel like I need to make that part of my
Our stores are still open.
Oh, do yours stay open a little more?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the ones on the border are open year round.
That's interesting because ours have to pack up that night.
No.
The one. So like grocery store parking lot fireworks stands are already gone, but the permanent ones that are on the interstate, 500 yards from the border, they are there all year.
Yep.
Cape Hill Fireworks guy also does, New Year's and all of the other things.
Looking at you, Phantom Fireworks of Warfordsburg.
Yeah,
there are, but like, especially now that Pennsylvania residents can buy the fireworks, like there are now permanent year-round locations that aren't by the state border. Like I think there's one out in like Monroeville or Murraysville that way. You can always count on fireworks being around. I mean, and I remember, especially 2020, it was like really a thing. Like people were bored, but even still, like summer in Pittsburgh, you're just always wondering, like, wonder what the occasion is.
So, other 4th of July interesting things. University of Texas puts out a graphic.
Yeah,
they're awesome. Which is the Statue of Liberty giving horns up.
Yeah,
and all it just says is mood, American flag emoji, hook 'em emoji, hashtag hook 'em.
Hook 'em emoji. Yeah, so they photoshopped the Statue of Liberty with the horns, and I'm like, I mean, I think you tweeted art because you are that closeted Texas fan.
Gorgeous.
He's really not that closeted.
Not that closeted, but again, he's not over incredibly braggadocious at all times. But I then quote tweeted and I was like, I feel like this is the opportunity that they're daring us, like Texas is daring us to make the Statue of Liberty do horns down. And oh boy, did our replies come through.
Yeah, I don't know who first, but oh man, we had lots of options to choose from.
There was a lot. I think it was like JM, and then he's got numbers. It's like 4 numbers, but we quote tweeted that, and he was like, "Oh, I think I'm in trouble." So yeah, it's just it was just like, "Are you kidding me?" And then they were comparing this graphic. They were like blasphemous. To have the Statue of Liberty do that. They were comparing it to the Florida State MLK graphic with the do something.
With the receiver glove.
Yes, with the receiver glove. They were comparing that to that. So I felt kind of encouraging and nudging the horns down Statue of Liberty was appropriate. Like, I didn't do it, but hey, some other folks may have wanted to take that opportunity, and oh boy, did they.
Also on the 4th of July was the Glizzy eating contest. Did I use that correct? Did I use that word correctly?
I'm going to say no, because I just don't think you should be using that word.
Everyone on this podcast is too old to use that word.
No. Joey Chestnut down the most glizzy. Is it glizzy's the plural? Or
everyone on this podcast is too old to use that word. Don't make me say it again.
We should get a correspondent for words we're too old for.
It's Joey. The answer is Joey. The answer is Joey.
It's Joey.
So we had the 2 glizzy eating contests that were separated because we had, first up, Nathan's Famous, and then we had Joey Chestnut versus the Troops. Which one do you want to talk about first?
Well, we got to set the stage, so we got to talk about the Nathans, and then we'll talk about the Chestnut after that. The one thing is, like, the word that you're using, like, I know what it is, but I was like, I'm not using that word.
Yeah.
I just, like, it's one of those words that I see, and this was like the longest that I did. There was like an acronym that I really hated, and I refused to use it, and I still don't use it. It's just like 3 letters, like SMH, and I'm like, shaking my head, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, really, like, I hate that one so much. Like, there was some sort of hatred, but for that, and I'm like, I'm not using this. I'm not engaging with these 3 letters. Like, I'll give you the WTF or whatever. Like, I mean, that's perfect. Like, that does, like, SMH. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm out. Like, not using it. Then, like, the word that you're using, like,
Glizzy,
I'm not saying it. I don't
stop it.
So the Nathan's Famous Glizzy contest. Nathan's Famous Glizzy eating contest.
He's gonna use it as much because he knows, like, I'm just not gonna engage in it.
Fine.
But like, whatever, it's fine.
I hate it here.
Yeah, I can't stop him from saying that. I mean, can I mute him?
You can.
I can unmute myself though.
I did mute him. I do have that power.
Stop that.
But he can unmute.
We all have that power. Is the problem.
We can all mute each other?
No.
No. Well,
Beth
only
and
us
I don't.
Yeah, just the rest of us.
The dudes.
That's right. So that's where the patriarchy is in this podcast. We let the women come on, but we can stop you whenever we want to.
Mute that at any time. No, I think we're all logged in underneath, like, the main account. So if they did it too, they'd have that power.
So the interesting thing, the first interesting news here is that the women's record got shattered. Miki Sudo, who is the famous competitive eater on the women's side, she won it with 51 dogs in 10 minutes, which is a new world record.
Hell yeah.
For the ladies.
Her personal best was 48 and a half. And she broke it. So that's awesome.
Nice.
And then we had the men's side.
What was there was something in between there? Was there like
it was the lemonade chugging contest?
Chugging like a gallon of lemonade in like 21 seconds.
Oh,
like
Eric Badlands Booker
down his throat.
Eric Badlands. I'm like, hell yeah, bad.
We had this thing in college during homecoming that was the hardcore chug off championship of the world shirt. And the rule was that you could if someone had the red shirt, you could challenge them at any time over like homecoming weekend, no matter where they were for the shirt. And so you'd walk around with like cups of beer in someone's class to challenge them to a chug off to get the shirt. And then by the end, you'd have it. And there's one guy in our house who had no gag reflex. So when he chugged beer, it just like poured straight down his throat. Like it looked like the snake eating the egg, except there was no resistance. And so he would just tilt his head back and could pour any amount of liquid down there. And that's what those lemonade drinkers reminded me of, because it was just one fell swoop.
Like the movie Anaconda.
Yes. And my anaconda don't want none. Nothing. Unless you got Glizzy's, hon.
No.
Jordan, stop.
That's not right.
No.
Oh, that's right. It's a Glizzy. It's a Glizzy bun.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Sir
Wait, hold up.
likes
Is
that or
Glizzy
not,
is
but-
Glizzy the entire thing or just the meat? Or is it a Glizzy bun?
Nope, not gonna do
No
it.
one's engaging with this.
No,
I'm putting it out there, and no one's engaging with
That's
this.
enough.
No, yeah,
That
you're
is
putting something
enough.
out there.
We're gonna need the Gen Z correspondent to officiate this, and he's
Nope.
not
A
here.
brioche
Nope.
Glizzy bun
No.
with a nice,
Brioche?
yeah, a little brioche.
Okay, all right.
Sorry, I needed a drink.
No, not doing it.
On the men's side of the Nathan's famous Nathan's, I always get those mixed up because I'm mildly dyslexic. The winner was Patrick Deep Dish Bertoletti, a 39-year-old competitive eater, and he ate 58 dogs to win the national title. And I posted this, and a lot of our followers start throwing up asterisks because Josephiah
Lawrence Chestnut.
Josephiah Arthur Chestnut, as he's known by his friends, Joey, was not at this because of the...
Because he was banned.
Whatever. Yeah, he got banned. Whatever. Everyone's blaming each other, whatever. And so what he did was he fought the troops instead. And he went to Fort Bliss out in El Paso, and he challenged 4 troops to eat hot dogs at the same time that he did. And he ate 57 dogs in 5 minutes. Now, Patrick Deep Dish Bertoletti at the famous Nathan's Famous contest ate 58 dogs in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that Josephiah Aloysius Chestnut could have continued that streak. I'm not saying he would have gotten to 116 dogs. I'm just saying that he knows what it takes to win, and whatever number the person behind him gets, he always ends up getting like a couple more.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I mean, John Jacob Jingleheimer, Joey Chestnut, really put on the show, and it was a 1v4, so it was like him versus like 4. That was the combined.
This is the troops.
It was him versus 4 people, 4 troops in the eating contest. He had to beat 4 people, and he did it. And then they donated money to charity. I can't remember
Troops
which
somewhere.
one.
Yeah, right.
I don't feel like looking it up, but whatever.
Does this make the other title, the famous Nathan's Famous title, illegitimate, or is that just a different title?
So let's go over what somebody called Yankee World tweeted. The single fakest
You
championship.
need to read this
of all
entire
time.
tweet. You've committed
Okay.
yourself right now,
Got
Commish, to reading the entire tweet.
Like I wasn't going to do
Go
that
for it.
already. But all right. The fakest championship of all time. Fakal. That's right.
The
The
Singest.
The fakal singest championship of all time. I'm sorry. I'm not going back now. Fuck it. So ESPN says 58 the G word or whatever.
You committed yourself at the beginning of this to reading every word in this tweet.
Okay.
Read it.
That's what you want me to. Okay. All right. Fine. I'll just read this like Corvallis Love. Mm. 58 Glizzy.
Jesus.
Patrick Bertolotelli wins the men's Nathan's famous hot dog
I feel
contest.
gross.
Yeah, now you see how we
I need
feel.
an adult.
Mm.
I need HR.
I'm upset.
Jordan,
you are
you are
HR.
God damn.
Oh. Woo.
So
58 Glizzy.
Joey
No,
Chestnut's. I'm going to keep driving. Joey Chestnut's highest number is 76 in 10 minutes.
That's so many.
That's so many hot dogs. And
keep on driving down the list of hot dogs.
Considering that describes someone's dating record in college. We need to talk about how. Remember we were talking about 96 and it was 22 hot dogs. And everyone was super impressed. We really just took a turn in competitive eating. That became a real science in the last 10 years or so, y'all.
Sabermetrics for competitive hot dog consumption.
Well, you know. Okay, I'm now imagining Joey Chestnut in his training facility, hooked up to an O2 sensor and one of the chest straps, and they have his doctors are just reading sheets of paper coming out of machines.
So we're talking about sabermetrics for hot dog eating. Is that GAR, Glizzy's over replacement?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly what it is.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Listener, as always, I really wish you could see Beth's face.
Just I know she physically hurts, and now she emotionally hurts too.
Yep. That's how I'm living my life tonight, apparently.
You chose this.
Everything is pain.
Don't worry, baby. Corvallis love will make it all go away.
Nope. Absolutely not. HR.
HR.
I am HR. Yep. Nope. HR says no.
Joey Chestnut.
HR says no.
Had 62.
You can't. You can't.
Can't. Do we need to bring?
And now some I'll be sure.
Do we need to bring more competitive eating contests like this to other holidays? Because I know there are some that are vaguely themed around it, but nothing as big as this contest.
I would like to propose a Christmas time fruitcake eating contest.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but so here's the thing, right? This is a big deal, but it's also sponsored by Nathan's, so that I feel like it has to be something that there can.
So we have to have a name brand.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So you have to have a name brand type of food that matches a holiday.
What you need is the Ocean Spray presents jellied cranberry sauce eating contest.
Yes. And just slurping down. Someone unhinges their jaw and they just open cans into their mouth.
Yeah, and you hear the slurp as it comes out of the can. And everybody gets the can shake down to a science that will most
help them
quickly
eat the
evacuate
can.
it from the can.
Pitt Girl?
Claxton fruitcake appears to be the name brand fruitcake, and they come in 1 pound blocks that are extremely dense.
And there are only 50 of them in the world, and they just sort of get passed around like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I'm seeing
someone could eat all of them.
Claxton's Christmas Cake Challenge.
I'm seeing an uncredited blog from 2008 say that the fruitcake eating championship is 4 pounds, 14 ounces in 10 minutes. That's so much. That's so much fruitcake. That's so much. That's a fruitcake baby. You're going to give birth to a fruitcake baby.
It's a small baby.
Yeah. The thing about all of these foods is that there are tons of other things that competitive eaters eat. They don't just eat hot dogs.
Oh yeah, of course.
Right? Whenever they announce the hot dog contest, the dude who is the announcer, when he's calling all the people up, when he's introducing everyone, he has all of these other foods, records that they have. He'll be calling something up and he'll be he's the, spaghetti and meatballs champion of the world. He's the donut champion of the world. All of these foods, pretty much anything, they'll do competitions for it. It's just that the hot dog contest is by far the biggest one. It's the only one that gets televised. But if you are doing you can have competitive eaters come eat your food. Like, you pay money, they'll do it.
Joey Chestnut as well has
candy corn eating contest.
Ooh.
Mm.
Joey
Brats.
Chestnut has the
Whatever.
poutine eating championship. He ate 28 pounds of poutine in 10 minutes.
No, you should not.
28 pounds of poutine.
That's like a toddler, like a small toddler.
Mm-hmm.
My baby weighs less than that.
Yeah.
My toddler weighs less than that amount of poutine.
Yeah, my niece does too.
And just sloshing that around for days? I'm not sure.
That is 23 and a third USDA defined meals. That is a week.
Yeah.
That is more than a week's worth of food, according to the USDA by weight.
Too.
Can you imagine how hard it would be to try to figure out Joey Chestnut's SNAP benefits? You need how many meals a day?
He's a growing boy. Oh, God, that's so much food. The 28 pounds of poutine, because it's going to settle hard, too. It's not going to stay light, but it's just going to layer.
I do not want to know what happened after he ate 28 pounds of poutine in 10 minutes.
If you had a king cake eating contest, would you have to eat the baby?
No.
It's in the cake.
Baby's not food.
Oh, yeah.
It's plastic, though.
But
if you get the baby, you have to get another cake. That's like the tradition. So.
But if you're, let's say you're competitive eating them, you're just downing the cake. I feel like it becomes a choking hazard at those speeds.
It is a choking hazard. That's what it says on there.
At normal speeds, it's a choking hazard. For Joey Chestnut, it would be.
Yeah. America, can you please explain to me why I can't buy a goddamn Kinder Egg, but we can sell king cakes like crazy?
There's a disclaimer inside the king cake.
Yeah, there could be a disclaimer inside of a Kinder Egg. Let me buy Kinder Eggs.
Hey,
Do you not enjoy the ritual of smuggling them over the border from Canada?
I've only been to Canada once, and it's been like 9 years. So
get you back. Let's go to Montreal. Let's do Montreal, Beth.
I mean, we could. The only time I went to Canada, I drove across the border, kind of waved at Niagara Falls on my way by, and then spent the next 2 days walking up and down the Welland Canal being a boat nerd.
Oh, that's right. I remember this. Hey, Beth, Joey Chestnut also holds the pepperoni roll record. 43 pepperoni rolls in 10 minutes.
How big are they?
They're from apparently the West Virginia Three Rivers Festival Pepperoni Roll Eating World Championship. That does not say.
Okay, I need to know the size of the pepperoni
Standard?
roll.
Are you wondering if they were the size of the ones that I made?
Yeah, if they're the size of the ones that you make, that's impressive. If they're the size of the ones that I get in the bag from the bakery at Deep Creek, that is not impressive. I could eat 43 of them.
Yeah, those are like.
Are they full size or are they little ones?
Let me find a picture from this event.
I wonder what the largest competitive eating record is by weight. Like, not thinking about food. Like, well, which food has the most weight eaten?
I mean, there's got it.
You're looking for densest food.
Fruitcake.
Oh, someone said that was only 4 pounds.
Yeah, but think about. I understand that that's by weight, but think about how dense fruitcake is. Think about
salt eating challenge.
Oh, God.
What if someone ate tungsten?
Tungsten eating.
Tungsten. That's
tungsten
it.
eating
cube,
challenge.
the tungsten cube, the 4x4 cube that we have in our store eventually.
We're just gonna give out as our trophy.
$700
pinching our jaws like an egg-eating snake to swallow the cube of tungsten.
It's gonna be like, you know how when you have a bowl game, you have all the bowl events leading up to it? The Tungsten Eating Championship is going to be one of the bowl games. The Sickos Committee presents the World Tungsten Eating Championship.
Do you know what's going to be really fun? Is when we get big enough that we have to have an actual accountant that works for us, and we have to explain our purchases to this person and try to make them not sound off the wall.
Tungsten, like the thing.
To be fair, we've never actually purchased tungsten. We just talk about
it. Yet.
Also, according to the CDC,
if it fits, it ships, you said.
Tungsten is a hazardous material if exposed to the skin, eyes, or lungs.
Good trophy.
AI summary from Google, so take this with a grain of salt. But
Reddit
AI
said
summary from Google says humans are unlikely to experience health effects from exposure to tungsten or tungsten compounds in the air, food, or water.
Okay.
So AI is telling us to eat
Totally
tungsten?
safe.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel great about
Is
eating
that on
tungsten now.
Reddit anywhere?
Yeah.
Like, I know we have our own subreddit, but like,
Is tungsten poisonous?
Reddit.
Reddit.
I don't know if you want to ask Reddit that question.
I'm just going to ask it in our podcast channel.
There we go.
Is it a
Tungsten
bad
carbide
idea
toxicity.
to eat tungsten? Asking for a friend.
the no context Discord chat. Love it. Join our Patreon.
Is tungsten in pure form toxic? r/ask chemistry 87 days ago.
Okay.
87 days
Okay,
ago. That's
someone
They've
wants
recent.
to know.
died. They have died
That's
since
recent.
then.
Tungsten, as in pure elemental form, as a solid metal toxic, and can it poison you when you handle it? Top response: not particularly, but if you handled it a whole lot and had poor chemical hygiene, maybe.
Not particularly. That is not an
Okay.
answer I ever want to see in chemistry.
What
That's some good
happens
odds.
if you cook tungsten in your mailbox?
I have a friend with a
Mailbox
PhD
tungsten.
in organic chemistry. Why am I asking you guys?
I know. Yeah, that's hate.
That's a great question. Why do you ask us anything, Beth?
Tungsten melts at 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Could you eat tungsten?
How long will that take?
I
Hope
prob-
you
I was-
and your family are okay.
This is technically inorganic chemistry, non-organic
Okay.
chemistry. How do you call it? Inorganic sounds wrong.
Inorganic is correct,
Okay.
actually.
Okay, that feels weird. So we're on the food thing. So let's talk about other big things of food real fast.
Mm-hmm.
The Citadel and Charles. Let me get this one right. It's Charleston
Charleston
Southern.
Southern.
Yes, Charleston Southern.
Southern.
They're both in
Southern.
FBS and FCS. Man, missing it like a crazy. Let me try that again. The Citadel and Charleston Southern in FCS are playing now for a trophy. They have called the game the Low Country Boil Bowl.
I gotta say that in occasion. The Low Country Boil Bowl.
Why don't you just call it the Low Country Bowl
Barrel Bowl.
and be done?
There are some accents on which those last two words are the same. Boil
Exactly.
bowl.
The Low Country Bowl.
I'm gonna
Important
try to say it
update from my chemistry professor friend.
Okay.
I have a tungsten spork, so I'm assuming it's fine.
If you find
You
out
can send
differently,
it
let me
to-
know.
Can we sell that in our store? A tungsten spork?
Oh, yeah, we can sell anything, man.
Sure. All right.
Someone get on AliExpress and find me some dropship tungsten forks now.
I don't
All
know
right.
that we want dropships tungsten sporks. I do think that people come to the Sickos Committee looking for a certain amount of quality, and the sporks not having lead in them is probably one of them.
Cowards.
We can sell anything. We just might not be able to fulfill it.
Yes, true. Yeah, I mean, we can put stuff on the store that we have.
We
and
could
just
sell
never ship it to
tungsten
you.
spork futures.
Ah, perfect.
We can sell shovels
Legal.
to other people who are going to sell shovels to people who are shoveling.
This is how we start our own crypto.
This is how we start our own multi-level marketing organization.
Tungsten crypto.
I'm
The
good at
tungsten
business.
blockchain.
Advo tungsten.
$TGS to TUNG.
No. Tungsten Bowl.
Mm.
And the mascot is just a brick with the sunglasses.
It's
from
Tommy,
the Bitcoin
Tommy
Bowl mascot.
Tungsten.
Totally.
It's Tommy Tungsten.
I'm in tungsten.
He's a cube of tungsten that weighs approximately 40,000 pounds. And he wants to hug your kids. Not a weird way.
Totally. Well, back to the Low Country Boil Bowl.
The Low Country
if you-
Boil Bowl. Because one of them has
I'm
two
just gonna say
syllables,
this.
one of them has one.
Yeah, so the Low Country, if you say it in Louisiana, you kind of got like an Earl texture to it. It's like it's not oil, like it's Earl. So it's the Low Country Burl Bowl, the Burl Bowl,
The Low Country Bowl Bowl.
Burl
Bowl
Bowl.
Bowl.
I mean, people have said that there's already a basketball player by the name of Bowl Bowl,
Mhm.
so it's the Low Country Bowl Bowl.
So they're going to play for a trophy that is going to be filled to the brim with a Low Country
With-
boil. And
It's gonna be a bowl of Burl.
I just got to know, because the players are going to want to like be biting crawfish off, like heads off of there. Like I know what this is going to look like.
No, this Low Country boil doesn't necessarily include crawfish. So I put a picture of that in here. Typically, it's shrimp, some cracked crab claws, some corn, potatoes, and then there's like cocktail sauce. So crawfish in when they play this game is not necessarily in season when they do these low country boils. It's August 31st. Crawfish season probably has ended. I don't know with the seasons have been really messed up for crawfish for the past couple of years, and I'm sure that's going to change everything over in the future, which should be fun. But yeah, this is probably not including crawfish. So there's like, you know, some like rock crab claws in here, and so there's it's kind of like you would probably get the Old Bay with this.
Like,
I would.
I'm more worried about tepid boil. I'm more worried about it's the end of the game.
Oh yeah, how long has this sat?
Thank you. Because
that's how we've all done. You know,
food.
The longer it sits, the more it soaks up the boil or the barrel.
But not on heat,
and the
though.
flavor.
They're not going to be running like, okay, I don't know this for a fact.
Does
this
the
trophy
trophy
might have a heating element.
element
It
in
might
it?
have a heating element. Yes.
Look, man, you're gonna have like a pot in one of the corners of the end zone, I would think, and one of these stadiums.
How big is this pot? You're right in your mind. Tell me about this pot. How big is it?
I mean, it's probably like a normal 40-gallon pot.
Oh, because I was picturing, you said pot, and I'm picturing like T.O. diving into the thing at Dallas Cowboys Stadium.
No, it's not the Salvation Army pot. No, that was Ezekiel Elliott, by the way. But still, it's gonna be like just a normal pot that holds, you know, like 20 to 30 pounds of stuff that you can boil. It's not gonna be that much, because I can't imagine the trophy. Like, they gotta dump the water out, of course, but like, are they just gonna be walking around with this and celebrating and like shrimp falling out? I mean,
they're saying that the trophy is filled to the brim with low country boil.
I do like the idea of trophy as Cambro. Trophy with heating element. Trophy with spot. Perhaps it's not even a Cambro. It's got a little spot in it for the thing of sterno.
The sterno cup.
Can you imagine grabbing a trophy and it burning your hands?
Oh no! You gotta put the sterno in a little container where you have to like clasp it in and lock it in.
Sterno clips.
That's very right. Important. You got to keep the barrel going. You got to keep the barrel burling.
I've never had a low country boil because I'm horrified by the difference in cooking time between all of the elements in the low country boil.
You got to just get that off your. Yeah, no, they all cook the same time.
It's a huge
same time, Beth.
No. You put the potatoes in first, then you hit the corn, then you hit there's a method to the madness.
How long is that corn going in there?
So it's probably about 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Max.
That's a long time.
That's so long.
Not really.
Okay, so I grew corn for a very long time. We boil our water. We put the corn in. The second it returns to a boil, we start the timer. The timer does not go beyond 5 minutes. That is the longest the corn is permitted to be in the water. Otherwise, you now have sweet water.
No,
but this water has things in it already.
You normally put the potatoes. Then you could either stagger the corn, but then you could throw the lemons, the onions, the garlic in there, and then really the crawfish and the shrimp are the last thing that you throw in. But the thing is that after you bring it back to a boil, the way that it gets the heat is the longer it's just basically soaks in the water. You turn the heat off, and then that's how you get the heat to it. The longer it soaks in the heat, the hotter it gets, technically.
So now we're going to have players who are going to get way too excited and dump a scalding boil over their coach's head.
Sure.
It's very Game of Thrones.
We will be there.
Raining shrimp.
Hallelujah.
Crown for a king. Okay, so I like this idea. We now have more food-based trophies, which I'm all about. We have had the Pop-Tart. We have a low country boil here. Are there any other food ones you could think of?
So I can't think of any others in college football.
There's like a maple syrup.
It's a maple syrup bucket. It's D3. It's
bucket.
Carlton.
Yeah, but it's not filled. It's not filled with maple syrup. It's in Vermont.
Yeah, it's in Vermont, and it's that one's cool because it comes It's the maple syrup tap, and it comes wedged into like a part of a tree.
Yeah, so there's like no actual maple syrup in it. Food wise, I mean, you got what, Frosted Flakes, the Pop Tarts,
you get some of the
edible
citrus.
thing.
There's some citrus in there.
There's some oranges.
The Sun Bowl is
whatnot.
technically the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Exactly right. Yep, you could eat Tony the Tiger.
So I was thinking about the college football playoff trophy,
Right.
which presents some problems because it's not bowl shaped.
No.
However, I see no reason that you couldn't use it as a gigantic stick for a big thing of Fun Dip.
That would be so good.
Lick the trophy, dip the trophy.
How about
Or it's
like,
a cotton candy stick.
Cotton candy, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Candy
okay.
machine.
That is it.
It's much more festive. I like this trophy already a lot more than I currently do.
Just big cloud of cotton candy
That's
around.
right. And hey,
CFP
whoever
trophy.
wins it, you have their color of cotton candy attached to it. It's
Oh,
perfect.
okay, that's fun.
There, it works.
I mean, so I feel like you can have something that's maybe like less elaborate as well. Like, you know how it's what, Memphis and UAB, that like the trophy is a rack of
yeah.
ribs.
The rack
But
of
like,
ribs, yes.
honestly, like I feel like it'd be awesome if they just serve like ribs on the field. Like, it doesn't need to actually like be in the trophy, but just
Well,
like
there
in
is.
addition to getting the trophy, you just see the winning team just all eating ribs on the field. Like,
There
that
is
would
a
be-
barbecue contest that accompanies the game, which you just need to bring that from the parking lot into the stadium.
Right. Like, I'm
that
just
could
saying,
happen.
from a visual perspective, though, like I just think it's cool to see. Like it would be a cool celebration, is what I'm saying.
Because when you see the people like eating the oranges or whatever, like you're like, fuck yeah, they're eating oranges, and
you're like just celebrating with the rack of ribs, and it's like,
and some dude just like
there's
some
flex
O
into it.
lineman like just devouring and tossing bones. Like, can you like get that shot of just like confetti raining down, some dude smiling, like just like sucking the meat off the bone and just tossing the bone as you win the rack of ribs bowl?
Yeah. I mean, so it's not college football, but when NASCAR races at New Hampshire, the trophy, like the winner of the race, just gets like a big ass lobster.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Like a live lobster?
Oh yeah, check the picture, Beth.
Oh, you get a friend.
Yeah.
Sea spider.
It's a big boy.
Pinchy the lobster?
It's a big boy.
Free him.
Okay, let's do our ad break.
Or counterpoint, don't and eat him.
Sure.
Push him in the water where he's super happy. Then you turn up the water till he's not happy. And then you eat him.
The end.
That's
Lobsters are friends, not food.
¿Por qué no los dos?
They could be friends and food, yeah.
We have our link tree on our Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky profiles, where we have our partners, lots of codes there to get discounts on various things. We have our Patreon for $5 a month. You can join our Discord and get access to our special podcasts, which include Commish's Corner, yes, Rah Rah Rah, yes, and the Prairie View Chronicles. This week on Friday, we'll have episode, I believe, 5 or 6 of the Prairie View Chronicles. Can't remember which one we're on because I've been off by a week. We'll get that up. We also may have some Olympics content coming at you soon through there as well, so check that out. In our Discord, we have channels for various things, including talking about college football, college sports, food, animals, video games, random stuff, just all over the place. So come find us on there as well. We also have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org. Say that again slower, sickoscommittee.org, where we have all sorts of things that will make you happy for the summer and going forward to college football season. We'll be adding things week by week, just as we get more ideas and I get to posting things. We have our YouTube channel. We have our Instagram. We have our Substack. We're going to be having our previews coming out very soon. We also have our NCAA Sickos Dynasty tier list that Commish has done, which will be out this week and will be a complete fucking train wreck when we post it because it will make people have feelings.
I hope not, but we'll see. They're gonna have feelings. I can't stop it.
Yeah,
I can't stop it. No matter what I do, it's gonna happen.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places we refuse to go. And as always, Home Field Apparel, the softest, comfiest collegiate clothing. Pitt Girl is wearing a UC Santa Cruz banana slug shirt.
Fiat Slug.
Fiat Slug, let there be slug. Yes, indeed. this past week I got my Evergreen State Gooey Duck shirt.
Oh yeah.
And my wife goes, "That's a penis with frog eyes. You can't wear that out." And
As soon as you said that, the penis with the frog eyes, I went into like Big Timer's voice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like, cause I'm like corrupted by New Orleans rap, and it's just like he would go like, "You see that Lexus with the frog eyes?" So in my head, I was like, "You see that penis with the frog eyes?"
With the shirt that says
"I got that on Dubs."
That shirt that says "Let it all hang out." The best part, y'all, about this shirt, this Evergreen State shirt, is that if I didn't know it were real, sometimes like my wife goes, "It has the vibe of the people that wear the female body inspector shirts."
Oh my god! So like you go to like a body of water in the Northeast.
This feels
and it's those shops. Yeah. Like you go to the Jersey Shore.
Like it's like a Spencer's Gift might have sold this.
If you can read this, the bitch fell off.
Uh-huh.
You can absolutely buy this thing at south of the border somewhere.
Yeah, uh-huh. But it is a glorious real shirt, and y'all, this becomes a talking point.
Oh, it will.
I'm absolutely wearing this thing to a community band rehearsal as soon as it arrives.
Oh, I threatened to wear it to the pickup line at daycare.
You see, like I go pick up my kiddo from school, and I'm pretty much almost wearing a different home field shirt every day, and I'm almost daring the parents to talk to me. Like, dude, why do you have like a UTEP shirt on one day? Like, you got Pay Dirt Pete, and then you walk in the next day with like the refrigerator bowl from Kent State.
Pitt Girl, if I dress this thing up with a Steelers pin, do you think I could wear it to a funeral?
Yes. Anything Steelers is appropriate for a funeral.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you see the furry with the Steelers jersey? Mm-hmm. It made me so happy.
Formal
the
wear.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yes.
Also a
the furry with the Cuts jersey.
Yes. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The best part.
Happy Anthrocon.
I'm about to say Pittsburgh. The Pirates. Before we get into this, Pirates had their Anthrocon good times because they ran out of fireworks.
Hell yeah!
It did. They defeated Grimace with 7 fireworks against the Mets. However, they lost the next 2 games against the Grimace Mets because once Grimace got acclimated to Anthrocon, Grimace took over and won the next 2 games.
This week for home field, this past weekend they just released their North Florida Osprey gear.
Oh yeah!
If you got the box, you get the Golfing Osprey with Jacksonville as the golf hole. Which,
yeah,
it's great.
Somebody said that it looks like the Osprey is flipping off Jacksonville.
Okay,
and I'm like, okay, sure, that sounds
fair enough.
Works. It's fair enough. I'm sure a lot of us have possibly wanted to do that at our time.
I mean, selling a shirt of a bird, giving the bird is it makes me happy.
It is the word.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
That's what I've heard.
No, we got Northern Arizona.
Is that what's next up?
I get my second NAU shirt.
Yeah. Go Jacks. Also, Stephen F. Austin, you're cool too.
Mm-hmm.
They're lumberjacks and they're okay.
They are.
Hey, girl, do you want to tell me what feelings this 1976 Pitt whiskey decanter give you?
Yes. So, I have a number of things to say about this. Number 1, I will describe the decanter. Decanter has an oval base with the Running Panther logo on it, 1976 national champions. And then on top, and the panther like lifts off so you can pour out of it, but it's like a golden panther that's like crouched to spring. This was made by Michter's Whiskey, which is a distillery that is based somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Schaeferstown, which explains some things.
Ah, that's why. I was wondering about that. We'll get there. Wow, that's really surprising. There are things happening in Schaeferstown? Huh.
Apparently. Also, It appears they've relocated.
Ah, okay. So there were things happening in Schaeferstown.
No, I think Mixture is still there. It appears that Schaeferstown has relocated.
Okay, yeah, that's having been there recently. Yes. All of that to say, this whiskey decanter, amazing, 10 out of 10. We got many replies asking or commenting upon its similarity to Sex Panther?
Yes.
This is Sex Panther existing? Yes, it is. 60% of the time, it works every time.
So somebody responded to that Sex Panther. I was like 60% of the time. I think I tweeted that on the personal account, but somebody said Pitt football. 60% of the time, it works every time.
It does not work
like,
60% of the time.
That's
and I was like, I had to go to Winsipedia.
Honestly, 60% sounds about right. Like historically,
because if we were over 600, we would have been in a worst season of all time for the best teams of all time, and we aren't.
Yeah, that's true.
So I looked at Pitt. It's 574.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah, round
so
up.
If you round up, 60% of the time, it works every time.
Pitt Girl, I've shown you this before, but I dropped it in the chat. Lots of folks have been doing all sorts of alternate high school logos, and like lots of places, most people are releasing high school logos for basically whole states.
Yeah, that has been going on this weekend. I don't know what started.
And then Pittsburgh, Texas has a very great logo, which is sort of script Pitt.
We have Pitt at home.
If you wanted to do script Pitt, but make it legally distinct.
I assume that the star in there is where Pittsburgh, Texas is, but it looks like it's Pitt with an asterisk.
Like Pitt, sort of.
Pitt, some assembly required.
What if script Pitt was square?
The best part is you could tell like the cross, like they had the double cross T's at one point. They're like, nope, got it. That's some legal. Nope, there's two separate T crosses.
This looks like you tried to write script Pitt, but you were doing it with a dry erase marker.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's not script Pitt because there's a dot on the I. We don't do that.
That's right.
No,
that's also another reason they managed to not get.
That's right. Whatever that place, that 412 place got to them.
Beth, in that same vein, I remembered today about Polka High School in West Virginia. They are the polka dots.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I knew that one.
And they have a very cool mascot, which looks like the cool spot 7-Up dude if he failed anger management classes.
And needed Visine very badly.
Yeah, can we get him some eye drops?
I remember there was an actual video game for like Spot the 7-Up dot.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I don't know why I had it. I think it was like free with something. I have no idea.
I'm just amazed. This is another, I don't know what it is about mascot teeth that gets to me, but this is a mascot that has a mouthful of nothing but molars. It's just molars the whole way around.
He just grinds his food down. There's no cutting.
Why does the mural of the Polka High School dot look like a side character from Smiling Friends?
I finally watched it, by the way, Pitt Girl. It's very good.
It is very good.
The one on the wall looks like he got the Bane juice.
Yeah.
And he became Bane Dot.
There's big Trogdor vibes with those arms.
That's a big beefy arm. And then other Dot is like disappointed Dad Dot because he's got the hat on and just looks less angry and more.
And has lost the entirety of his beefy arms.
No,
that's an armless boy.
I love this. I love this whole thing. Bring me your weird mascots. Beth, the other one I found was in West Virginia. This high school is called Mount View. And their logo is West Virginia's, but just if you flipped the W into an M.
Yeah, I've seen Mountain Views before, and they had their gear at a Walmart at one point, and my sister and I found it and we're like, is this just a terrible, terrible misprint? And it sent us down the best rabbit hole. It's
not funny. West Virginia only does this when they're in distress.
Yeah, I mean this is like, oh damn, Fanatics really going wild here.
People were counting like how many Gonzaga Bulldogs they could find on each state, because that Gonzaga Bulldog fucking shows up everywhere. How many Philadelphia Eagles you can find in each state. And then someone goes in and asks the Texas folks, like, oh, you should do this, Texas folks. And the guy that runs Texas High School Logo Project released a map of just the like points, just the like a Google map with just the addresses points dropped for every high school football program in Texas. And it was so dense, you couldn't see anything. The better one is people were looking at West Virginia, Beth, and they were going, how can some of these counties only have one high school? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh.
Y'all, we got to talk about the urban-rural divide in this country.
Yeah.
Some of y'all think that, every county has, a bunch of people. Y'all, that's not, there's a lot of nothing out there. We subdivide a lot of nothing, in the eastern part of this country.
Yeah, in the western part of this country also.
Yeah.
I don't. Where are these people coming from? Where they're like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah. So if you've never been there are big parts of West Virginia that are very difficult to get to, and where a lot of people do not live. And so there are counties that have 1 or 2 school districts in them, and that's just what they have. And they probably don't even have a separate elementary, middle, and high school. It's one big old building. There's plenty of Pennsylvania that's the exact same way.
And Pennsylvania has 500 school districts, and that's still the case.
Yeah.
I found out in Texas, there is a county that does not have a school. Loving County in Texas has, I think, what's their population now?
75. Loving County is the least populous county in the entire country.
Except for that one in Hawaii. There's that one in Hawaii.
There was one county besides that one county in Texas. It's like there's towns that used to exist and they don't exist anymore.
So the problem with this county of 51 people is that there's not a lot of kids there. So they all have to go over to the county over to go to school. Yeah. So this isn't uncommon.
Loving County they do have the least. Kalawao County in Hawaii has 82 people.
Oh yeah, no, the Loving has 50.
Kalawao County is the smallest by area, but
okay. So anyways, yes, folks out there who don't know that, there's a lot of counties in this country that have a school. And it's probably a school, like Beth said, for middle and high school and elementary and everyone in town. Did I tell you? I think I told you guys the story. If I didn't, then I will expound upon it later because I don't want to do it tonight. But there was a school district in Texas that's very tiny, and it's just an elementary school because the high school kids go to another school district, and they figured it was cheaper just to buy a used limousine for the school bus. So the superintendent picks up the kids.
Whom?
I don't know, someone in Dallas, and so they drive and pick up the kids in a limousine.
Bet it still smells like old bachelorette party in there.
Guarantee you it does. That would be so cool. Just rolling up in a limousine to school.
I did further research into that county in Hawaii, and I'm sad now.
Oh yeah, no, it's a really sad story.
Yeah.
Did any of us watch any soccer this week? Beth,
a lot.
Did you watch some soccer?
I did not. I would love to know about it though.
Pitt Girl, did you soccer?
I know nothing about soccer.
Okay. So we've had 2 contests going on together, Commish. What do we have?
So we have the Euro 2024, and then we have the Copa America.
And for y'all who don't know, Copa America is usually the South American contest, but they always invite other teams to compete. And they invited Mexico, US, Canada, who are hosting the next World Cup, and then Jamaica, I believe, and Panama? Maybe not Jamaica, Panama for sure. So they invited some North American teams too. And people have been commenting about the fact that at some point there were 5 games on a day, 3 Euro and 2 Copa America.
It was great.
And people talking about the difference in play style. Commish, what did you notice with your eye about the difference in play style between these 2?
So there's a couple of different things that are factors in this, but the difference in play style in the Euro 2024, which is it's a little bit more wide open, it's a little bit more freeing, but the European teams are a lot more technical. They have a lot more professional players. They have a lot more, I would say, like I said, technical earlier, but there are aspects of the game, they're very precise. They know what they want to do. There's a plan. There's not necessarily any flair, or let's just say you're trying to take on, let me do a rainbow flick, which you don't know. If you don't know what a rainbow flick is, over somebody's head, let me try to nutmeg somebody. That's not happening in Euro 2024. In the Copa America, people are trying all the extraneous skill moves you would see in FIFA. A rainbow flick is basically what you try to do is you take the ball with your feet and you flick it over your head and over your defender's head, and then try to basically outrun them to that ball that you just did that, which you do not see that in Euro. You may not see it in Copa America, but yeah, there's a little bit more propensity to try that there in Copa. These two styles are ridiculous too, because one is a lot more complacent to sit back and relax.
Yes.
The other style is like, hey, we're going to go back and forth. We're going to foul the crap out of you. We are going to tackle you like almost football style and dare the ref to give us a yellow card. We are going to be all over you, yelling at the ref. Just incredible. And then the other side is a little bit more respectful to the ref. I would say that not much.
Well, so it's because in Euro, only the captain can talk to the ref.
Yeah, or you get a yellow card.
And
it's like Catholicism. Okay.
In Copa America, that's not the case. It's much more Protestant, and everyone can talk to the ref.
The cardinal of your team can only talk to the ref. Yes.
Watching the difference between
no one shall go to the ref but through me.
Wait. So is it
correct?
Is it like you can only like complain to the ref? Only one person can, or like you can't say anything?
It's to stop everyone from rushing up when like a whistle gets blown. Only the one person can go up.
Yes.
To stop the thing that you see in Copa all the time where whistle blows and then all of a sudden it's like 10 people surrounding the ref all screaming. I love both styles, but after watching sort of like the little more flowy style in the morning, and then you turn on Copa America and watch, just like elbows and knees and
there's fouls galore in Copa. But the one thing about Copa, which the Copa America is ridiculous, because they had to shrink the pitch.
Yeah.
Like every single pitch had to be like shrunk to be uniform, because they had not built it for the World Cup, because they could play these games in MLS stadiums, which can handle these dimensions. But no, the Copa America folks wanted to have these in NFL stadiums like Jerry World, like Houston in Reliant, like Las Vegas, the Giant Roomba. Like, they are playing these games in NFL stadiums that are not made for soccer. They're made for football. They're ovals. They're made to bring sound for like actual American football games. And so Copa was like, no. Your dimensions are shrunk by like 5 meters wide and like 6 meters long. So this means basically every inch in Copa is heavily contested, which is already a floppy. Like, I am gonna foul you to the death.
Let's be clear. It's not floppy.
No,
because they're not flopping. It's because they're actually getting like their kidney punched.
It appears to the layperson that it's floppy, but if you see the replays, these people are like assaulting the crap out of each other. And the red card in the Uruguay and Brazil game was totally warranted.
Oh yeah, for it to be a Copa America like warranted red card, everyone agrees. This is a 99.9.
This dude like locked out his leg and just like assaulted this person's ankle, like Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat.
Now, Commish, who are the 4 semifinalists in Euro?
Okay, so in Euro we have France, who is the Iowa of France.
This right here, y'all.
This is a thing I saw.
Yeah, okay. So we had a tweet that was a hit tweet, and it was just me putting the Iowa flag, the Iowa Hawkeyes logo in the middle of the France flag, because France has not scored an open play goal the entire tournament, but somehow they are in the semifinals.
God, that's beautiful.
It's glorious, Beth.
But then in the replies, I found out that Iowa's flag is incredibly similar to the France
The
flag.
Iowa was inside them all along.
But actually, Pitt Girl, interestingly enough, it's on a Canadian pale.
It is.
Which is...
go
ahead.
I will take this moment to detour the podcast briefly into flag conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Goodbye, Rails.
Do we have any?
No. The flag folks, CGP Grey among them, do not like Iowa's flag because it has too many words on it.
It does.
I think it could be improved. I think it would be much better if it didn't say Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You move the eagle down a little bit. You leave the ribbon with the words on it. I think the words are good. You can draw the flag. It's the French flag, but the white stripe is bigger because it's got the Canadian pale where the middle stripe is bigger. Eagle ribbon with words on it. If you, as a person with no artistic skill, are still trying to draw that, you just draw the ribbon with squiggles. It's like Ordem e Progresso in the Brazil flag. You just do it. Good flag. All they need to do is take the name tag off of it.
Yep.
Iowa, you're so close.
But then how will I know whose flag it is?
Our liberties we prize and our rights we will maintain.
Yeah,
There we go.
not bad. I think it's fine.
So we have France. Who else do we have?
We have France. On the other side, we have Spain,
Okay.
which Spain has been electric. I'm just going to be honest.
They
with
have
you.
been, been the most fun to watch by a long
I
way.
have enjoyed Spain a ton, watching Spain, because they have like 16-year-olds who are still in school that are like contributing like goals and assists, like 16 and 17-year-olds. So like the high school prodigy team. Also, then they have like their captain. It's ridiculous. They are. Spain was that annoying like tiki-taka thing where they would just like possess the ball like 900 percent possession, and like maybe the other team would get like 5 if you were lucky. But they will slice you open and they will cut you. And they will put some goals on you. Like they are not just like, hey, we're gonna sit back and win this 1-0. They will attack you and slice you and cut you, and they're a lot of fun. Spain has been a lot of fun. The Spain and Germany game was phenomenal. I kind of feel bad for Germany. I wish they could take the place in one of the other semifinalists, but unfortunately, that's how the bracket broke down.
Hey, girl.
Your description of Spain has very like Air Force energy, where it's the option and like they're sitting on the ball, but they also still throw.
Give Spain a little bit of like non-problematic bullfighter flair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them like some. They have really, really good possession and technical ability. They have a really good goal scoring, and then they have like this absolutely. There's like a 16-year-old.
Oh, he's great.
That is just. I think his last name's Yamal, but like he's phenomenal, and like he will hit some passes that will just slice your defense to shreds out of nowhere.
So we have those two. Then we have England, who has been anemic and making their fans absolutely want to lose their shit all the time because they have been winning in the most like last minute bullshit ways humanly possible. And then the Dutch.
Shout out. I'm just gonna give a shout out to Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
After he missed the PK to lose the Euros and the 2020 Euros, which they played I think a year or two later.
Yeah, 2021-ish.
2021, 22. I don't even know but it said it was 2020 Euros, but it happened. He missed the PK, which I mean he was facing like a fantastic goalie in Italy, Donnarumma, but he missed the PK and it was saved. Stepping up and to win, he made the goal to tie the game against the Swiss, and then he hit his PK, who was third, which was phenomenal. And then shout out to all the folks who made the PKs for England, because oh my god, if any one of them missed, sheesh, I did not want that to happen to like it did last time. So shout out to the Ivan Toney no look penalty kick for that one too. It was great.
Beth, what do the vibes of England, Spain, France, and the Netherlands fighting it out have to you?
It feels like we're going to carve out bits of France and Portugal for the hell of it. That's the vibe I get.
This is like pretty much canonically the War of the Spanish Succession, isn't it?
It's real close.
Yeah.
It's real close.
Listen, I feel like all of those European countries fought enough wars in that time period that they were always switching sides and switching things up. So you just have to you'll eventually find a war that fits.
Yeah, this is There's
been a lot of wars.
This is classic. This is classic European battle right here.
Did you who tweeted the 1600 ass war or whatever? That was you. Yeah, you got that.
That was me.
We're over 1,000 likes for that one. So that
yeah,
was
fucking 1600 ass war right there.
I mean, you could tell how many wars they have by how they name them. Like the
100 Years War, the 10 Years War.
100 Years War, I'm like, this shit was going on forever. It was
yeah.
Do
you think they got to like 100 years and they were like, I mean, we'd have to get a new name. We like might as well just stop.
I think it went longer than 100 years.
It did. I'm just now Googling what did they call the 100 Years War.
I mean, it's kind of like the War of 1812 that was still being fought in 1815.
Yeah, because things took longer back then.
Yes,
you didn't have the internet.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I don't know. I just imagine like, okay, if time rolls around, it's like, well, we've been calling this thing the 30 Years War. Like, either we got to get a new name or we got to sign a
declare
peace treaty.
a new war. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my question in this finals is like, does Spain still have their armada? Because if they don't,
yeah, this feels like that might. If they don't have that anymore, we're done.
Yeah, I feel like Spain probably more has like a Nissan Armada at this point.
Oof.
Then
that's good.
Then
bad gas mileage though.
In Copa, we have this Final Four, which is my favorite.
I love just the actual Final Four. Just read it.
Argentina.
Do it.
I'm not going to do it in order.
Okay, don't do it in order. All right,
Argentina.
Perfect. Okay.
Beat Ecuador on penalties to get here.
Mm-hmm.
We have Colombia, who beat Panama 5-0.
And say it better. Say it like Sofia Vergara. Colombia
beat Panama 5-0.
Yay.
A Panama team that was not super kind to the U.S. So don't want to extrapolate that result.
No, I mean, that was the Darien Gap Cup. So
we had the Uruguay and Brazil. Uruguay won on penalties 4-0. So it's now we have Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay.
No. It was penalties 4-2.
4-2. Thank you.
4-2. That's all right. There was a couple of doinks.
And then so we have Argentina, Colombia, Uruguay. Like those are three classics, right? You're like, okay Brazil's not there, but that's okay. And then we have number 4, Canada.
Hey!
Canada
Canada
plays a great game against Venezuela in Arlington, Texas. Again, should tell you how much those tickets cost. They were $240 goddamn dollars to sit on the upper tier to watch a game that not many people were at. There were so many tickets open, and I would have goddamn been there for this game because it was July 5th in Arlington, Texas.
Ticketmaster!
Like
fuck you, Ticketmaster.
If I'm not the kind of person that's gonna be there for like a random Canada game, I know they were expecting something different. They were expecting one of like Mexico or the US to end up in this spot, I believe. I don't remember the exact math, but they were expecting something different. Someone else was in the spot.
Who in Canada take the spot from?
Canada took the spot from. Sorry.
No. So it would have been somebody in Argentina.
It would have been Chile or Peru.
Chile, probably. Or
I do like
one of those two.
Canada bid thieves.
Yeah. Oh, they were hoping for Mexico in Group B.
Oh, okay.
They were hoping for Mexico.
Mexico.
What I'm hearing is we're saying that Canada fans don't travel.
I mean, I assumed that all 5 Canadian soccer fans were there.
I mean, also to be fair, if I was Canadian, I would not be going to Texas in July.
Fuck no.
No. Fuck that.
I'm not Canadian and I won't be going to Texas in July. It's already 90 degrees here.
I'm surprised that Texas is still in Texas in July.
I mean, seriously, we should be moving to like North Dakota or something.
You look at the stands at that game, they weren't.
Now, Pitt Girl and Beth, do you know what makes Copa like penalties different than Euro penalties?
No.
So Euro, after they do 90 minutes of soccer, if they're tied, they play for 2 15 more minute halves. And then they go to penalty kicks. Copa does not do that. If you're tied at the end of 90, it's immediate penalties. Right?
This is your mom saying, "Hey, you got 5 minutes to wrap this game up."
I'm not paying for these lights.
I'll be in the car cranking up the AC. All right.
And people were.
It's 120 in Las Vegas, and inside Allegiant Stadium, the ref is like just drenched in sweat.
This is something that South America, the CONMEBOL, has always done. It's been like this for a long ass time. And so people who are used to the World Cup or Euros is very much shocked by this, where it was just 90 minutes and done. We're going to penalties.
But a lot of the extra time in like Europe, they just dilly dally and they play really.
It's awful. It's fucking awful soccer.
Prevent defense, park the bus, shit, just to make it to penalties, which I kind of feel like you need to reintroduce the golden goal.
No.
Which they got rid of.
Listeners, if you don't know, golden goal was the idea that
sudden death OT.
Right.
I like sudden death.
Hockey OT.
That's a top Jean-Claude Van Damme movie for me.
Jean-Claude.
Like hockey
Shout
OT.
out to the Fullcast for mentioning that.
Then it is good in hockey, though.
Then they had something called the silver goal, which is where you would get, if you scored the goal, you still had the rest of the half to come back at it.
So they ruined it.
And
they NFL overtimed it.
Well, the original was the correct answer. The original way you did it was you replayed the 90 minutes. If 90 minutes isn't enough to decide it, you play it again. And you play it again.
The US Open rules.
And you play it again.
You play another 18.
Yep. You play it until someone wins. And that's the way to do it. Or early rounds of the FA Cup still do this, by the way.
I miss golden goal, which like nobody does anymore, but like I miss, like it's essentially you're going to OT and then the OT that you do is like people are going to try to score. Now it's just like, hey man, let's just like take it easy and maybe we can find a goal here. But you still got to play out the 30-minute half no matter what. And then we go to penalties. But like, I kind of feel like you need that golden goal to like cut that down. But I don't know. Like sudden death feels fun in soccer, but
so can we, as a podcast right now, come up with a new soccer overtime format called bronze goal?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, so if silver is, you still get the extra time.
Yeah. Bronze goal, right? All right. So if you get the silver goal, you get the extra time, right? Just the rest of the half to try to tie it back up. Bronze goal, you need something that's a little bit more convoluted than that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. So my idea here is that you need to get shots on goal. It doesn't matter. Like you can save them and the game doesn't end. But if you're not getting the shots at all, like within certain time, and have like it'd be like a certain time period, like be like, okay, like both teams need to at least have one shot on goal by like 5 minutes in.
Okay.
And if you get to 5 minutes and like, even though, let's say only one team has a shot on goal, it was saved, but hey, they have the shot on goal, so they win.
All right. Find that. Let's go. Let's do that.
You could do that. Or if you get to 5 minutes and you're missing a shot on goal, your opponent loses one of their players and it's replaced by some random person in the audience. And you just go that way every 5 minutes.
The attrition thing I like. People have suggested that everyone has to pull one player every 5 minutes.
Oh, it's like how hockey overtime eventually drops to 3 on 3.
Yeah, so instead of it, like extra time, instead of being 11 versus 11, it's 9 versus 9.
Then 7 versus 7, and 5 versus
7
5
versus 7. And
there's just two goalies, just fucking
two goalies
wailing on each other
on this giant pitch. It's two dudes.
Goalies just like out there, just like drop kicking the ball.
That's what
I didn't the MLS think of this compared to their MLS penalties to end the games.
So speaking
in the 90s,
another idea I have is just like everyone can use their hands. Like we're just gonna loosen that rule up.
Okay.
I don't know enough about other soccer rules that
handballs are legal.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
I think it would make people watch. I would also say, like, instead of doing the overtime beat soccer, it's in like a different sport. Like, imagine if we just played dodgeball instead.
No.
In overtime, it becomes the Mesoamerican ball game, and the only thing you can legally hit the ball with is your like hip area
and your elbows.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hips and elbows.
Love it.
Perfect.
Out of bounds is now the only in bounds.
Oh,
Okay, wait. Last idea. You have your one designated player, or maybe not, maybe everyone to talk to the ref, but the whole thing is just lobbying. Like you make your case to the ref, and the ref's going to pick a winner.
Okay.
You don't actually do any
Becomes
play.
So
a
it just
beauty
becomes
contest.
debate.
Yes. No, you have to persuade the ref.
Cristiano Ronaldo would still be in the semis.
Mhm.
He's just too damn handsome.
Arthur, you want to talk about your weekend for about 5 minutes?
Let's do our
Are we all
mascot thing,
okay, cool.
and I'll close with that.
Okay.
So we're finishing up our mascot battle brawl. This is our final round. Billy the Goat from Navy won the American Conference.
It's Bill.
Really?
The goat.
Bill the Goat, yeah.
Yeah, he
Bill the Goat
did.
won.
Oh,
I can't believe Bill pulled that off. I thought for sure either Army,
I had Jack Mule going on to the final.
Jack.
so
Mule,
did I. Okay.
Again, amazing. Shout out to Navy, like Bill the Goat.
So
He's the goat.
So what we have now is the Sun Belt plus our two independents, or we'll say plus UConn and UMass.
But like, Notre Dame doesn't have a costume mascot.
Yeah, so it
I was
doesn't matter.
I just took out Notre Dame, so
Yeah,
you're out of here.
Touchdown Jesus is more of a lifestyle than a mascot.
Remember that we only discuss costume mascots, and it is a fight, and we are trying to decide who wins this. Pitt Girl?
And horses who have been flagged.
The horses who've been flagged. Thank you, SMU.
Yes.
Thank you, SMU. Our first round.
That was Rutgers.
Yeah, Rutgers.
Oh, it's Rutgers. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Is
Your horse has to actually be about it.
our first contest is Big Blue at ODU versus Ace the Warhawk from Louisiana Monroe.
Oh,
And
my
I
God.
refuse to just give into the ULM pressure on this podcast. So I'm going to need to do some looking.
All right.
Oh,
I got a Big Blue for us.
Oh, he's not a great looking lion, y'all.
He's really doofy.
I don't like him a lot.
Look at Ace's eyes.
Yeah, he looks like a very vapid vampire.
Look at Ace's eyes.
Yeah, Ace looks like he's
He will
about it.
consume you.
Ace has a black band over his eyes that makes him look like he's a ninja.
Oh, he ain't playing. Ace ain't playing.
No, and I'm afraid that Big Blue is just not going to do it.
Yeah,
No.
no, I think Ace is actually about it. Also, look at his plane.
Oh, he has
I'm
a
about to
plane.
drop a picture in the chat.
Ace got a plane.
The plane has teeth.
Which is good
The
because
plane has
Ace does
teeth.
not have teeth.
Ace is a bird without teeth.
Birds
but the
don't
plane
have
has
teeth.
teeth. That's
But
right.
the plane has teeth.
You know what's funny?
Oh
You
my
shoot down the
goodness.
plane. You shoot down the plane. Ace is still fucking flying at you.
Oh,
Jordan-
that's right.
Jordan, would you like to explain what you just posted in the chat?
Oh, yeah, it's Big Blue, the ODU mascot, messing with the whiskers of a Big Blue ODU mascot statue.
Like, hey, look, guys, it looks like me.
Yeah, I'm also slowly uploading because it's a fucking 32 meg picture of old Big Blue.
God dang.
And y'all, I want you to see if you can figure out why they called him Big Blue. Hold up, it's taking a bit.
I mean,
It's
I
gonna
assume
take a
he
little
used
bit.
to be blue.
God damn it, don't ruin the joke. Cut all this silence out, Arthur. Tighten this up.
Like, I'm expecting to see like Blue Man Group or some shit.
No, it's not nearly as interesting now. I built it up too much.
Oh,
Big
ODU
beige.
man group. ODU man.
not that
group.
interesting.
Look,
there it
Oh my
is.
God,
Okay.
look at him.
It looks like that one dog that y'all talk about.
Bluey, yes, this is Bluey. Arthur, as far as you know, this is Bluey.
Da-da-da.
Uh-huh.
Big Bluey.
Arthur's gonna tell his kids this was Bluey.
So,
Big Bluey.
Well, I
So
don't
you
have
need to
kids. That's
look-
why I don't know what that dog is.
listener, this is
you ain't got that dog.
this
in
is
him.
a costume in which ODU's Big Blue has the lion costume that kind of looks like a onesie up to the bottom of the neck. At which point,
It's
Big
so
Blue's
big.
head
Too big.
is improperly balanced. The actual head of the person inside this mascot costume is in like the front of Big Blue's muzzle, and the rest of it is
God.
hanging off the back of this person's head as if it is some sort of like capelet. It looks as if this lion's neck has been broken in a spectacular fashion. Like, this is a dead lion. It is blue from asphyxiation.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, it really does look like the head of the mascot is really like rear heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I assume we're giving this one to Ace.
Oh
Yes. Ace advances, and it's not only Homerism.
I look again. Y'all can go with that. My vote is there, but I just posted a picture of like Ace handing out free gumbo cards, and it just like Ace looking at the camera was like, "I will fucking cut you."
I have
Yeah.
to assume that the free gumbo card can be redeemed at anyone's house
Anywhere you want it.
in the entire state of Louisiana. You just like knock on someone's door and you're like, I have a card, and they have to give you gumbo by law.
Napoleonic law is so fucking weird.
It is weird. My mama said, I got a gumbo card, and you gotta give us a gumbo.
Here, I've brought a sword and challenged the owner of the household to a battle. I believe I get a cup of gumbo now. I don't know how this works.
Either that or half the house Napoleonic law, man.
Yeah, so weird. The next round, y'all, and I did this randomly. This is going to be state or Southern.
Oh God!
Gus the Eagle from Georgia Southern versus Pounce from Georgia State. And y'all, I'm a big Gus the Eagle fan. I'll get that right up front right now.
Gus is terrifying.
I love Gus. Gus is the epitome of like, hey, but in a very psychotic way.
Oh, Pounce is an interesting feller.
Pounce is blue.
Yes.
Pounce is one of the angrier looking kitties I have seen. Oh, thank you for doing formal wear, Pounce, Pitt Girl.
Oh,
I
I love
appreciate
that.
that. I was between the two.
He looks really good in the suit. I think
I know.
menswear guy would
I
approve.
think so. That's a really good cut. Also, graduation. Pounce.
Dang it, you beat me.
The suit really like it works for me, and because like I feel like there are like pro wrestlers that'll wear suits.
Mhm.
I got like the Georgia State mascot works the same way for me.
Okay.
Pounce looks like the guy from like the movie that is dating your girl, but you gotta win her back somehow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gotta face him on the ski slopes.
Like, yeah, that's right.
I
Take him
see
out
him
on the
as James
K-13.
Marsden in Enchanted.
Okay, I'll take that. I did found an old Gus the Eagle that has a little more eyebrow to him.
The Gus the Eagle.
Oh,
guy
yeah,
is
no, you
listed
found
as
him, yeah.
Sort of like, hey guys, remember venereal disease is a problem for everyone.
Hey kids, let's talk. Yeah, you see the unibrow, Pitt Girl?
And his eyes. How much cocaine has he done? His eyes are like all the way open.
I just want to imagine this fight between Gus and Pounce
Hey guys, it's dress up day. No one will know it's me.
in a Waffle House. This fight is happening in a
Does
Waffle
he
House.
have knee pads or robot legs?
Yes.
I'm just imagining both of them like Pounce flipping Gus over the little like the diner counter and just like slamming him into the grill.
Hey guys, I'm gonna dedicate a highway.
Oh god.
Look what I got! It's Todd Helton.
He's got real youth,
Clay
like
Helton,
real youth
sorry.
pastor
Clay
energy.
Helton.
Like y'all know the good
Helton.
word of Jesus. Y'all want to
This
rap
is
about
just
Jesus?
so much unibrow. Why does he have this much unibrow?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like both these mascots.
Hey
I'm
kids, did you
impressed
notice
by
that my
their
hands say
outfits.
things?
Can we talk about Gus's signature real quick?
I haven't seen. Oh, it's Gus with the G has little bird things on it. I love that.
The
Oh
G
my God.
looks like him. He makes the G look like himself.
It's nothing but a G thing.
Mm.
Are we okay? So where are we at on the fight here?
Oh man, that's tough because I'm against mascots named Gus in general.
Mhm.
But man, I mean, this one's not a groundhog. I'm gonna have to go for Gus the Eagle.
I think Pounce looks fightier.
Pounce looks a lot fighter. Oh, even Pounce's pupils look angry.
See, I think Pounce looks fightier, but Gus looks crazier. Like Gus looks like a psycho.
Yeah, I got Gus because like Pounce could just keep hitting Gus, and Gus's expression would not change, and would just be absolutely like, "That's all you fucking got."
Oh,
And
all
I
that
got
for a
Gus.
drop of blood.
All that for a drop of blood. I got fucking Clay Helton here.
So Beth, are you on Gus or?
I'm Team Fighty Cat on this one.
Oh shit! I got it. Oh, it's me
It's
then.
you,
Yeah.
Jordan. It is you, Jordan. It is
Oh
you
no!
again.
Shit.
And you've already stated a bias.
I know that's the
Oh.
problem. Oh,
Yeah.
Y'all, I'm gonna go with Gus here. I think Gus is crazy. It's okay. That means it'll probably be Ace versus Gus in the next round, and one of them has a plane.
Sure, whatever.
With teeth.
How about
So far, we're all birds.
How about Duke Dog at JMU versus another bird? Y'all, Southern Miss's mascot name is Seymour DeCampus.
What?
Boo.
Honestly, no, I will say this. Not named Victor E.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
He's not a great looking bird, I won't lie.
Look at this beak.
My God.
Explain.
It's got angry beak.
I'm gonna give my sister so much shit for Southern Miss's mascot name.
Oh, why does he look like this?
Except, and yeah, it's a weird looking bird, but I mean,
his forehead is so small.
Look at Duke Dog.
Hey, baby, you want to see more DeCampus?
I got some more Seymour DeCampus shots, Beth.
I have a really good vintage Seymour DeCampus.
Oh my lord!
That I'm about to put in the
He's
chat.
a chicken hawk. I don't know if you were aware.
Oh, it's great. Yep, that's one I found too. Thank you.
Seymour against?
Seymour's against Duke Dog from JMU.
Yes,
the royal dog.
That is whomst I am posting presently.
The monarchist.
Duke Dog has never had a single thought in his life.
This is really like I became
Duke
the
Dog
child
has a
king.
stuffy for when he sleeps.
Yeah, this Duke is a dog that like doesn't have to do his own fights. Like he has someone for that.
I mean, he might. His eyes don't even point in the same direction. This is a Habsburg ass dog.
He does have a really big chin.
He does.
Yeah, like he's sending his armies in to fight. Like he's not fighting.
I got Seymour next round then.
Okay.
Because the Duke.
Yeah, this is not a dog who's going to be scrappy at all.
Neither of these mascots particularly impress me in terms of fightiness, but I do think Seymour probably wins this one.
I am going to go with Seymour on this one.
I will say, like, Seymour DeCampus is a fun name to say. Like, that feels like if it wasn't just, like, spelling out a phrase, like I keep using car talk credits as, like, the reference point here. But, like, if it wasn't that, I would be like, oh, that's a fun name to say. Like, whatever, like there are certain play-by-play guys who would just be like constantly shouting out Seymour DeCampus just because like it's
Seymour
Hattiesburg.
Oh God, I found Fat Seymour. Hold up.
Ooh.
Y'all, Seymour had some weight in some
Oh hell yeah.
Our thick bird. Our thick bird. Commish, you need to put together next time your sister comes to town, somewhere on your wall, I need you to put together like a little collage of like black and white pictures of Seymour and just be like, oh, here are my kids. Here's that. And here's your shitty mascot through the years.
We love our curvy mascot.
Man, this is oops all birds so far.
Yeah, okay.
It is. Seymour. Well, there's a lot of birds in the Sun Belt.
We're gonna have to have dog versus dog next round.
Okay,
it is
dog versus dog.
Arkansas State's Howell versus UConn's Jonathan.
Ooh.
Oh.
And so I'm immediately, you know me, I'm like leaning towards. Oh, and Howell's bad. Howell's bad, y'all.
I feel like we have to advance Jonathan regardless.
Howell's not great. I didn't know he had the eye thing.
Although, why does Jonathan's face look like this?
Oh, Jonathan's face is awful. Kurt Jonathan's face is awful.
Why does Howell look vaguely like Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Oh,
he has a girlfriend too. It's Scarlett.
Oh God, eyelashes.
Eyelashes.
And is that a flower on one ear? Did they Hello Kitty this thing?
Oh no. No.
I have to put in the vote for Jonathan here just on principle.
To be clear, Jonathan, so I think what's disturbing about Jonathan is that his eyes are a little bit too far apart and also they're disturbingly human.
Yeah, it's human eyes in dog face.
Which, to be fair, you have that problem with actual huskies too.
True.
But it's particularly weird in like a costume mascot.
The Arkansas State
Jonathan looks like he should be at Anthrocon.
The Arkansas State like mascot. Howell, he looks like the high school bully that you beat up.
I was gonna say, I mean, like I know Arkansas State used to have a different team name, and they moved away from that to the current name. But like, there's just something about the vibe of this Arkansas State mascot that just feels like problematic or offensive to me. Like, I'm not saying there's any specific like point in the
No,
costume
but
where I'm like,
I know
oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
problematic.
has a vibe.
It's just like
It
yeah,
has a
like
vibe
it's
that
like
it's like it should be racist, but I can't decide what race or like.
I think some of it's the lipstick on the lady mascot.
Some of it is the like. I mean, the squinting mascot is such a rare thing, and they have managed to make one, and I don't love it.
No. I don't
yeah,
like
it's like I feel like this is problematic. I'm just not up on my problematic stuff.
Jonathan is advancing for me. But I'm biased against Arkansas State, so it's up to you.
I'm going.
I would also like to
Arkansas
advance
State.
Jonathan, despite the fact that he makes me uncomfortable.
Well, he's going to need those human eyes to spot all those birds.
Y'all, I need to tell you about the transitional fossil here.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Arkansas State
no.
had a mascot that they don't use anymore. They went to the Red Wolves. But before they switched the mascot, they needed a new costume mascot. And they pulled down Red.
What?
This is so much better.
Dude, red is an home field shirt, and they probably should have stuck with red.
The
Red,
dream of the 90s is alive in red.
it looks
the
like
spiky
Bart
hair.
Simpson in a bow tie.
Red
That's
is a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah.
Yeah, red is about to get me a great deal on a new car.
Red has lived down in Fraggle Rock for some time.
Red won some national titles, apparently,
Yeah.
for cheer.
Did in D2.
So, okay. So there you go. We're advancing Jonathan, though, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Next up, we have Sam the Minuteman from UMass versus
Ooh.
Boko the Bobcat from Texas State. I will admit, I know what Sam looks like, but I do not know what Boko the Bobcat looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
guys.
Oh,
You gave a cat fish eyes. Why did you give a cat fish eyes?
oh, hey Beth, even better.
What is this? He looks like a Star Wars extra.
What?
He's gonna get
This is-
MRI, I think.
Just turn your
Oh
head
my
and cough,
God.
buddy.
Some sort of medical procedure.
It's a trap.
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh my god.
Tell me he's not a backup singer in the Cantina band. Tell me he's not.
Yeah, no, he looks.
Oh.
I was gonna say like some sort of like Star Wars thing from back when they like were using like makeup and
Yeah,
practical effects, like not CGI.
This is the classic case of a medieval artist trying to draw a lion who's never seen one.
Well, so
The picture of him with the stamp with the drawing of an actual bobcat is my favorite thing.
yep, it just tells you exactly how far off they got.
It's not
I was
close.
not expecting to find a new favorite mascot today, but I think it just
that means
happened.
y'all are gonna pick Sam the Minuteman with his J-Lo ass chin
No,
and great
fuck
ashy
Sam
No.
skin.
No, absolutely not.
We're
No.
advancing the fish-eyed bobcat.
It's wild to me how like we can't even put the right eyes on mascots. Like I get that when you do a mascot, you're not going to be 100% realistic about an animal, but like, how hard is it?
Okay, here's my argument for advancing the fish-eyed cat. Can you tell me with 100% certainty that thing's fangs aren't venomous?
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean,
I'm
it's-
gonna get something fucking awesome from some awesome.
It's in the-
He does look a little snaky.
It's from the San Marcos River where they go tubing. Yes, there is some sort of chemical. It's probably a lot of empty beer cans, but still.
I mean, I'm going to show you this picture. This is someone's last known photograph.
Holy shit! Holy shit! She was never seen again.
No.
I feel like the eyes are a little bit better there. They look to be mostly the same eyes, but
For
still
sure.
just the way they're placed.
They're closer together in
Yeah.
that one, actually.
Y'all,
weirdly.
okay. Sorry, I always have to give you a little like background too. 11 meg image. Once again,
God, hey,
it's all these fucking
you
library
go back
photos.
in history.
Jordan, I found something for you.
Oh, good.
Holy crap!
Oh no, now it's taking no, there you go.
Okay, I love
look at
Little
him.
Bobcat Sailor. They've used that a bunch, and I love him.
Oh yeah,
This is their throwback from when they were Southwest Texas State Normal College
yeah.
or Teachers
K-State
College.
has this sailor hat cat too. So
Oh, sad
Yeah.
football player.
I mean, that cat looks pretty sad too.
They had some
Oh my
saber-toothed tiger ass looking mascots for a
Except
while.
it's not a saber-toothed tiger, it has an underbite. It's Sabertusk Tiger.
The top one has the right teeth, and then the bottom one, yes, is
What
like
is going
reverse
on with-
vampire.
So here's the thing. They put the teeth upside down, and I think they also put the nose upside down, but they put them in proper face orientation order.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's really not great.
That's
okay.
just a horror show. That's just Pablo Picasso.
The last
here.
one, he looks a little bit like a Persian cat in that last one. Like his face is really flat.
So my one concern about the current Texas State mascot here is that the eyes are so far apart that they're like pointing outwards. Like, I mean, like I feel like
He's lost his
when I
predator
see an
vision.
animal that's like a predator,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
looking
prey
forward. An animal
animals
that's
have the,
prey,
like-
they're looking to the side. And I feel like this Texas State mascot, like the eyes are so far apart, they're sideways.
Jordan,
I don't know.
counterpoint. Can
Yeah.
we put this as the new watermark on every image we use?
It's so good. It's so good. I love him so much. Okay, Boca the Bobcat's not my favorite.
Okay.
We now have
I got Boko going through.
Like a bubble-eyed goldfish, but a cat.
Excellent peripheral vision.
we now
Look,
have
We've got a whole bunch of birds that are all gonna have great peripheral vision, and we've got a cat with great peripheral. This is like a side punching match. If we get one thing with forward facing eyes,
we have T-Ray from Troy,
Okay.
and then we have Chauncey the Chanticleer,
Okay.
Coastal. Once again, I do not know what Troy's mascot looks like.
Oh, I hate him.
Ugh.
Ah.
Oh no, he's not T-Ray. He's T-Roy.
T-Roy.
Terrible, regardless.
Yeah, he's
And not
Ew.
Vic T. Roy.
no, he's
That's
he's a
UConn.
costumed Trojan. It's not
he
great.
does have a nose. It appears.
Well, Beth, you know what? I got one with another nose for you right there, and some teeth.
Oh
Ah!
God, that's so much teeth.
ah!
Honestly, that looks more unnatural than the Louisville mascot.
And they've been
And it
working.
has human arms. Oh
They-
God.
They've been working on finding his face for a while because they also got it wrong there.
Ah!
I will give T. Roy one
They
thing,
fully
and that
mapped
is
the uncanny valley. That's for sure.
that I feel like a lot of the time when you have the like humanoid costume mascot, they make the chin really big.
Yeah. Oh, they didn't do that. Well,
T. Roy has a reasonably sized chin, and I appreciate
it's been
that about
dialed
him.
back generationally.
Huh, I wonder if it gets worse the longer I look. Yup, it does.
Oh, that is where. Why does he have microcephaly?
Look at the sandals. Everything about this is wrong.
That's weird.
He only has 4 toes.
Yeah,
And,
and his sandals are apparently held on with a toe ring.
and we all know Chauncey the Chanticleer. He rides
Chauncey advances.
he rides a motorcycle. He's kind of cool. I think he smokes cigarettes after outside.
He pisses teal.
Yeah. I think this is
Yeah.
Chauncey.
Chauncey.
The thing I like about the Chanticleer mascot Chauncey,
Oh, got to fur affinity on the third line of this Google search. Hooray!
like the Chauncey's hairstyle looks like someone. If I was like, oh, like that's a haircut that someone who spends a lot of time in Myrtle Beach would have.
Yeah.
Anytime I look at Chauncey, I have to post a picture of the Chauncey statue.
Oh, I love it. I wish that were the mascot.
Just the statue.
Like that, but just bring it into real life. Our next round then is from South Alabama, Southpaw and Miss Paula versus App State's Yosef. We're talking costume Yosef, not real Yosef. I think they have one of those as well. I'll be honest, y'all. I don't love South Alabama's mascots.
Southpaw's pretty mid.
They got those like nothing going on in their eyes a bit.
They're not as amusingly wall-eyed as our friends from Texas State.
However, they do have the perfectly shaped mouth to eat a diet of nothing but Go-Gurt.
They are engaged, by the way.
Oh. How long's that been going?
So they're not married? Like, what is that?
No, I don't think
They're
so.
living in
He's
sin.
been stringing her along for how long?
They got engaged in
Mm.
2016.
Oh, it's been a while.
I will say though about the South Alabama mascots, looks like they're cross-eyed. Like they're
Yeah.
both like looking inward.
How do we feel about Yosef?
I'm learning more. The main thing I'm learning about this conference is that we need better optometrists in it.
We gotta just work on
struggling with the eyes.
We gotta work on eyeline, guys.
The thing I like about Yosef is like the big beard masks a lot of the mascot stuff that like you struggle with a face, like
the chin.
Can't struggle with a chin if you have a beard. I think what we need is like we need to figure a way to have like a humanoid. If you're gonna do a humanoid mascot, find a way where it's like, oh, it's just like wearing a mask or something. Like have like a ninja mascot or something,
or the Toledo Rocket Man, which looks fine.
There you go. Just put a helmet on top.
I do have the oldest I can find of Yosef. He did not have a beard. He just kind of looks like Big Tex.
That's weird. I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm glad it's not the current version. Oh no.
I do not acknowledge clean-shaven mountain man.
Yosef.
How about old-timey Prospector Yosef? A favorite of mine.
I like him.
Yosef is advancing for me.
Okay.
Personally.
Over Southpaw and Miss Paola.
Yeah, it just seems like, they are a cat couple that lives in Mobile. And they visit Gulf Shores and they have a timeshare.
Yeah.
Maybe get some Krispy Kreme on the weekends. Yosef is just like, I'm in the mountains, and if these cats are coming at me, I have weapons hidden somewhere, maybe even in my beard, and I will take them out.
This feels very much as if Yosef is about to have a new throw rug.
Yeah, two. Absolutely.
And several new bath mats.
For sure.
I think so. Okay. Last round is a walk because Louisiana Lafayette does not have a costume mascot, I believe.
Nope. Justice for Cayenne.
So unfortunately, Beth, Marshall goes through. Marco goes
through.
It's Marco's
pretty good.
Beth, I've told you this, I think. My wife, when she was doing a job looking at coal mines, went to West Virginia, and this is a long time ago, and brought me a Marshall little stuffed animal from a Marco stuffed animal. And I thought she called him Marco as like a joke, being like, oh, that's cute. Like, oh, we just call him Marco. It's alliterative. I learned this week that the mascot's actually called Marco, that she did not give it that name, that she literally just, gave it the actual name. I love Fat Marco so much.
I am so happy that Fat Marco exists.
Fat Marco with a flat top? Hell yeah.
This is the only picture of Marco that I have ever acknowledged.
Marco riding a buffalo-covered motorcycle? Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so we're going to have to do one more round to whittle it down to our final four. I'll just take the bracket like we did. The first round up is Ace the Warhawk versus Gus.
Ooh. Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, one of them has a plane, though.
Yes.
Plane with teeth.
Right.
A lot of teeth.
And Gus has a big target.
I feel like we've seen birds versus planes, like with when they had to land that plane in the Hudson River. So
who won that, do you think, emotionally? Because the birds died, but the birds almost took out a bunch of humans, but failed.
Yeah, no people died.
But they did.
So that's
land
the
plane
point.
In the Hudson.
That's the thing. The bird that hit the plane, yes, it grounded the plane, but the mascot in this case is not the plane. It is the bird that is piloting the plane, who does survive in that scenario.
Just keeps going. Okay, yeah.
I mean, the plane does not continue on to the next round, but the Warhawk does.
Okay, so we can make that argument. It's Ace minus the plane. I like that. So Gus goes for the bird strike.
I'm sure Ace has got another plane.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
Gus goes for the bird strike and fail. And
I don't have that many characters on Twitter.
Fine, you're right. They're short characters. Okay, so now we have Mr. Seymour DeCampus versus Jonathan, the goodest boy from UConn. Right. See, you're making the same sounds I am.
No, I got UConn. Like, Jonathan can do that husky slide. Jonathan has seen some shit. The current Jonathan, even though it has the human eyes, I got Jonathan advancing. And it's a dog after a bird, and then I don't feel like Seymour is fearsome at all.
Okay.
I would argue that Seymour is extremely fearsome if you happen to be a bottle, because that is the best bottle opening beak I have ever seen. Unfortunately,
except
Jonathan
Herky. Except for Herky, when you can get two at a time.
Yeah. The problem is that Jonathan is not a bottle.
Okay, then Boko the Bobcat versus Chauncey the Chanticleer. I am
Ooh.
because
I have to advance
I
Boko.
have
you
to.
have to, right?
I have
You
I have
to.
to.
I have to.
Oh man,
If
that's
for
tough
no
though
other
because
reason,
I
like
love
our,
Chauncey.
our Twitter
The
followers,
followers need
they
to see
need to
him.
see this mascot.
We got yeah.
No one has seen him. I need everyone
There's
to
so
see
few
him.
pictures of him on the internet, and that's a crime.
Because man, I've seen what cats do to chickens sometimes,
Mhm,
and I don't
mhm.
care if it's a fighting chicken. Like Boko looks crazy.
Bobcats are serious business. That's all I will say.
They are friend shaped, but they are not actually friends.
I have a really pixelated photo of Chauncey about to attack Boko.
Perfect.
Yeah, I still think that Boko ends up reversing him and killing him.
Call the ambulance, but not for me.
Oh, okay. Y'all. I mean, there's 3 people for Boko, so we're kind of outvoted, Arthur.
And then it is Yosef versus Marco from Marshall.
I feel like Yosef has got a gun.
Okay.
Okay, but
Is-
like also you don't fuck with a bison.
I
Okay.
cannot. I cannot permit the advancement of any sort of martial mascot against a mountaineer. I cannot do that.
You know what?
I'm constitutionally unable to do that.
Anti-Beth action.
Yeah, I kind of feel like if you just look at like what Yellowstone National Park tweets about people versus bison, like
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, but like a mountain man is not an idiot.
okay, but then the thing is just like don't approach it, which I feel like that's kind of hard to win a fight that way.
That's what guns are for.
Okay, does Yosef have a gun?
Yosef has got a gun somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see one.
Yoshep is presently showing us the gun show in the chat.
He is showing the guns.
Okay.
But Marco seems like it's not like a fearsome bison.
Okay, let's find the most
That's
updated
what he
version
wants
of
you to
Marco.
think.
Okay.
Let's find
No.
the most updated
It's just
version.
it's like, hi, I'm a bison.
Yeah, it's Doofy Marco.
Yeah, it is Doofy Marco with the little goatee. I love that he has the little goatee.
Hi guys.
Okay, I think I'm
Don't
gonna have to
approach me. I
go.
might pop off at any
I'm
second.
gonna have to go with Yosef here.
I accept being outvoted.
If it was Terminator Marco, like if it was Marco the Terminator,
Yeah, I would be more willing to entertain the
I
argument if it was
would
old angry
totally
Marco.
like, if it was Terminator Marco, if it was this version of Marco,
Yes.
The current
totally-
version of Marco is sort of like, hello, fellow children.
There was a Terminator version of Marco.
That was from the playoffs, I think. One of their playoff runs.
I'm trying to figure out what it was. 1992.
Ooh, glow guitar.
Hey kids, you want to chat? You want to talk about Jesus?
I have a Stratocaster.
I did just find how many pages is this paper? Only 25 of the history of Marco. I'm just going to drop this in the chat. We can get to this later. This is not something for now. This, however, does bring us to the end of our fight. Our last round, that means our final 4 is Ace the Warhawk from ULM, Jonathan from UConn, Boko the Bobcat from Texas State, and Yosef from App State. This is a good matchup.
This is also very on brand for us in terms of the schools that we advanced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was the one? So you got Ace, got who?
Jonathan, Boko the Bobcat, and Yosef.
It's Boko. All right. And then Yosef.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the final 4. I'm just going to type that in the chat.
I
remember that.
I do love
later.
Boko so much. This is like, he's one of my favorites now.
Yeah.
He looks kind of like Itchy, like Scratchy from Itchy and Scratchy too.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say it's like a cartoon version of when like you want to let the audience know that something has received radiation and has now mutated a bit.
Yeah, you make the eyes different. Yeah. Okay, folks.
Yeah. Who knows what's going on in that San Marcos River?
That's what we got for tonight. We will be back on Sunday. No, Tuesday. Shit, today is Sunday. We'll be back on Tuesday, which will be your Thursday. Sure.
Linear time was a mistake,
It
folks.
was a mistake. And we'll be starting our conference previews soon on the show. So get ready for that. We are almost to the season, y'all. Hang in there. We'll see you on the other side.